I've had the ability over my career in sales and marketing to work with the top sales professionals in multiple different industries. And here's the thing that they're doing is they are essentially building a machine and treating their sales career like an actual business. So let's just say you have this gear here, this gear here, this gear here. I'm just going to rant, by the way. This gear here, this gear here, this gear here. And let's say that these each circle or each gear makes up their business or their machine, right? And then what their job is to do now at this point, once this engine is set up, is just to keep now start dropping like more volume into it, right? So, for example, they want to focus on creating more content, adding more views, running more ads, making more outbound phone calls, hiring more salespeople under them. Their main thing is, hey, how can I go from making 1,000 calls as a team and only getting 10,000 views online to how can we basically like 10x all of this, right? So we want to be doing 10,000 calls and getting 100,000 views every month. So somebody who is really good at what they do, a top sales professional, is essentially going to be having their own. Maybe they have editors working under them. Maybe they have a virtual assistant or an in-person assistant. Maybe they have somebody who's calling back all their leads for them. They might have a team of 5 people who are just making cold calls all day, right? But they're actually setting up a business underneath themselves as the salesperson, which is going to allow them to basically leverage themselves, get more time back, and be able to focus on what actually matters, which is getting more people into the door, right? Versus someone who is not so good or not hitting as big of numbers, they're basically trying to do everything on their own, trying everything on their own. So what that looks like is you're scripting out all your own content, you're recording all your own content, you're editing all your own content, you're making all the cold calls and all the phone calls yourself, you're following up with all the leads on your own, you're doing all the sales presentations on your own, right? So what ends up happening is you're working, 12 to 14 hours a day, let's say, in a lot of these cases, and you're getting a fraction of the result that this person is doing because they have a whole team or a whole machine that is working behind them, and their only focus is just how can we keep that machine working properly without breaking, and how can we dump more volume into it. If you're this person, what that looks like is you're working in your business and this person is working on their business, right? Because they have people or systems underneath them that are able to do the work within the business so they can sit out as like a puppeteer working on it, right?